Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to episode 374 of the Words About Games podcast, the weekly gaming podcast for words about games. I'm your host, Amy K. Alexandra, and I'm joined by the working title himself, Mr. Daffod Moody.
Howdly doodly do. It's Friday. You know what that means, everybody. It's video game day.
Literally.
Literally, it's video game day. Friday is our video game day.
It is
We've
today.
Established this already. It's facts.
All the video games.
It's a national holiday, but not recognised.
Oh,
yeah.
Could you imagine if it was?
But,
Like, it was in day where, you know, all of my problems with all of the games that are coming out would disappear because I'd have a dedicated day for video games.
Yeah, you can do. You've got Sunday to Thursday to do whatever the hell you want with work, do other stuff and everything up. But Friday, that's National Video Game Day.
National Video Game Day.
I think that's and that's where everyone takes the day off, and plays a video game.
Yeah, and if you don't like video games, tough shit. You're playing video games anyway.
No, you go to work.
Yeah, you go to work.
Get the shit jobs.
Yeah, then you'll like video games.
Yeah. And whatnot, but no, yeah. How are you, Amy?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm at the gym today.
Oh, very good, very good.
I had a moment of, like, I'm done for I said this out loud to my gym buddy, like, I'm done fucking around, and then I just went chunk on the weights, and I'm fine at the moment. I don't think I'm gonna feel that great tomorrow though.
Stretch it all out, Amy.
Oh, I was stretching. Well, they've got this thing called it's called a vibro plate.
I thought you said vibro blade there. It's like, and that's interesting.
It's a new type of calisthenics. No, it's like a vibro plate. Like you do a thing and it goes and it like works the muscles for you. But you can also use it as a massage thing. So I was like, at the end of our gym session, I was like, I'm just gonna lie on this for a bit.
Nice.
So hopefully I've mitigated some of the damage.
I hope so.
You're gonna get a text message off me tomorrow morning, which is just like, ah!
Should have lifted with your back, Amy.
Are you doing back exercises?
Yeah.
I was crunching when I decided to lose my mind.
When you decided to lose your mind, right?
Yeah, it was a conscious decision. I was just like, screw it.
Very good.
I can lift a washing machine, right?
Is that the thing that broke your back the last time?
No, everyone thinks it was, but no.
No, it was just a little box.
It's lighter than that.
You're not making the story any better, Amy, for yourself, just so you know that.
It was the cumulative effort of having lifted several hundred kilograms, not all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one was like, you know, when the little feather lands on the back. And that was it. How are you today? How's your week?
Week's been fine. Put on work, cracked on with stuff. And yeah, nothing much to talk about, so nothing much to say, nothing much to tell.
Damn, you've always got a story. A thing, something's happening, something's going on. Even if it's just, I'm so tired.
No, I feel, I'm tired, but I'm like, I'm here still. So
We're always
like,
tired.
Like 2 weeks ago, I was tired, where I was like, yeah, I'm not coming on, Amy. But last
True
week
story.
I was thinking,
True story.
It is true. True. And I wasn't even a Thursday then. I was only like Tuesday. I was like, Amy, you're going to have to get someone else. Why? I'm like 2 days in and I'm knackered already.
Yeah, no. You want me to talk for 2 hours? No, not doing that.
I could sleep for 2 hours.
Sleep,
You could have just started and I was like this.
The whole podcast is just, how do we wake Moody up?
Like, he's got his earphones on. So
He's got his headphones on, so...
But how low has he got us here?
Challenge accepted. And then I just get a soundboard. My brain is mush.
Your brain's mush.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a good start, anyway. If my brain's mush and your brain's mush,
This is why we need
what we're going to talk about?
But you didn't want to come on. You didn't want to come on.
Because he didn't want to talk about the main story, which I can understand. No one really wants to talk about it because they're kind of sick of everyone. We're sick of talking about it.
He's got like, life reasons or some bollocks like that. I don't know.
That's what he says, but we know you, mate. We know you. We know you. It's like, oh, do I have to talk about this story? No, fuck that. Like,
You didn't know.
I'm good. I can make something up. Life, Amy. I have a life, Amy. Okay, let me go and have a life.
Yeah. Now I know how everybody feels when I get asked if I'm going to things like Christmas parties and stuff, and I always go, when is it? And they go, oh, it's this day, and I go, I'm sure I've got plans.
I have plans.
And they know I'm lying, and I know I'm lying.
Yet, but I'm making them up while we're talking right now.
And I know they know I'm lying, as I'm desperately texting everyone I know, like, hey, do you want to do something in like 2 months?
In the nicest way possible. Like, I love my team that I work with and everything like that. But and they've already they've got an initial potential date for our Christmas party, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like, I said to myself, I will go to one. I went to one this year. You got your limit. You've hit my limit.
Quarter achieved. I just don't I don't do large group gatherings.
Yeah.
You need to go, don't you?
Yes, I do.
In the intro, when I've got nothing possible, there's no possible way I could feel about
It's
what?
Okay. I don't know.
God damn.
She's probably just barking at nothing, like she always is. I'm just not giving her attention right now, so she's like, like if she was dying, where she's not, and she's just like, seriously, a little bit dramatic, eh? So you're getting this from your mother, eh?
I was going to say, I know where she's getting it from.
Yeah.
Not just her mother. I paused the recording with 7 minutes in. That's a new record. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, Christmas parties.
Send it down to the pub. So.
Why not? Pub people love dogs.
That's true. Like, everyone does love her, but they just don't know her yet. They don't know, like, well, I know her.
And she'll have something to bark about.
Yeah, Christmas parties. Yeah.
No, I'm not a fan. Like, I'm not a fan of big parties in general. Like, I'm not a fan of being around big groups of people. I'm especially like, maybe if like, let me tell on myself a bit. Maybe if I liked everybody that was going, maybe.
Yeah. That's
but
fair.
I mean, if I don't hang out with you at any other time of the year, I definitely don't want to hang out with you at a party. And that's just all there is to it.
Yeah. Like, I like my team and everything like that. I'm just an unsociable bugger. It's like the social construct of like when you're growing up and everything like that, and you turn 18. It's like, all right, time to go now. You've hit that age now. Piss off out and go drinking with your friends. It's like, why?
Because that's British culture.
What I did. So if I did that, and the world culture does that, you're going to abide to world culture. And I'm like, okay.
Going out and getting smashed at the pub when you after you turn 18 is what passes for culture in Britain.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
My 18th birthday party was fun though.
Whose?
Mine.
Oh, cool.
I was one of the few people that I have ever met who literally didn't drink until it was legal for me to do so.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I can't say I did that.
No, neither did most of my friends, but no, it was an interesting experience. I was okay. I paced myself. I was quite sensible when I was a kid. I got worse as time went on.
Clearly, because like you gave Sonic a 7 out of 10 and you gave Assassin's Creed a 7 out of 10. So it's true. But you decided like, this is my crazy face.
Other people at my birthday party were not so sensible.
Not so sensible. Yeah.
No. Russ
Sounds about right.
Russ was funny. Bearing in mind, it was a house party
Yeah.
in this very house, and
Cool.
everybody decided we're going to go and play football on the field in the pitch black dark. But it was like summer, so whatever.
So not so, but a pitch black.
My dad went to get the key to unlock the gate, but everybody decided to climb over it before he came back.
Yeah.
Don't know what that was about. And we're playing football, and Russ has decided he's going to be the goalie. And he's there, and he can't stand straight, and he's got to kind of get it in one hand, and he's got to tap in the other hand. And, like, he's not reacting to the football. It just flies past him, and he just goes... And then he just goes to get it. And then he decided he needed to pee. And instead of going into the house, which again, this is where the party was happening.
Oh no!
He went to the end of like the street at the back.
Yeah.
And started peeing on my neighbour's wall. He wondered what all the noise was and opened the door, and their dog came out.
Is this why Keith's a cat person?
This is Russ.
Russ is a cat
This is
person.
Russ. Yeah, this is why Russ owns like 600 cats and no dogs. Chased him out away, and he just came running back to the party, and then zipped himself up.
I was gonna say it's good. He was swinging around everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm starting to put some pieces together here, and why I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, like
Makes you do dumb
I've had
stuff.
fun times going out and everything, but
Yeah,
I just hit a spot where I was just like there was one spot in my life, like I don't mind saying this because I've told about multiple times. Like, there's a reason why I don't drink anymore. Like there's like, so I went to a work do, got absolutely melodic drunk. I remember getting put to bed in the hotel. I woke up at my house. Yeah, with my car outside and everything like that. So obviously I drunk and drove on the way home.
Sure.
And I don't remember it.
Yeah.
At all. Don't remember. I've had flashes of things, but I still to this day I don't know or anything like that. So basically I've been like constant torture to myself of like, what if I've hit someone, not fucking realized it?
Sure.
And I've just got away with stuff like that and everything like that.
Wow.
And the car was fine and everything and whatnot. So if I've hit something, I've cleaned it and repaired it during the night.
Also drunk.
Magically and everything. And but yeah, it's like I'm just like yeah. No, I'll never. I've had a couple of drinks like from time to time, but I've never been drunk since that day.
That's fair.
Yeah, so and that's like come up 20 years now for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's just one of those things of just like, yeah, I'm just like, and the social context of just going out to go drinking, to socialize, to try and have fun is like, that's not fun to me. You know?
Yeah.
It's like chilling.
Yeah,
watching
like
a
you go
movie or
and
playing a game. That's fun to me.
you go to go out and the music's so loud no one can hear anyone talking.
Yeah.
So you just sit there shouting at each other.
Yeah.
While you drink way too expensive drinks. Yeah, no. Like I got a lot of fun stories from like drinking. Like I went to Brighton Pride like many years ago, and like you, I don't remember a great deal of it, but I do remember how I woke up in extreme agony in a shower, fully clothed with a pink glittery cowboy hat that I definitely didn't have with me when I left, a feather boa, and the shower was running on me, and must have been all night. And there was a kebab in the shower with me. True story. I don't know where any of it came from. The last thing I remember, we were stumbling down a street in Brighton.
And then you woke up in a shower with a pink hat on, with a kebab
And a feather boa.
and a feather boa.
And then I went to work.
Oh god, no, no, god, no, 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 no,
Because
no,
I was
no, no,
that's
no.
where I was. That's what I was doing in Brighton.
Like at least I actually like even said like so like well, for me I had a ton of missed calls and texts and everything from on my phone when I woke up.
Because
Obviously,
people were
yeah,
expecting you to be in a place and you weren't in that
yeah.
place. Yeah.
And it's like where's Moody? Where's Moody? Where's Moody? Where's Moody? What the fuck? And like the amount of calls I had and voicemails, I was just like, well, at least they like me, I guess. At least that's something. They're concerned and everything. So I eventually got back to them and everything like that. And then after I replied to everyone, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to work.
By the way,
I was down to like start at 3 to do like 3 to leave till close. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm not going in. Fuck that. I'm not going in. I'm so bad.
Well, it's the thing about working away, like I used to do. Because that was
Yeah.
when I was working away. That's why I was in Brighton. The dipshit sent us to Brighton during Pride weekend, and I'm not sure what they thought was going to happen, but exactly what you would expect happened.
Exactly.
But like a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you see all of these places and all of these cities," and it's like, "Yeah, but you're there at work." And on a night time, after you've done an entire like a full day's graft, you can do two things: sit in your room and watch TV, sit in the bar and get drunk. Those are the two things that you can do when you're living in hotels. So, I've got a lot of stories, admittedly, very funny stories of getting drunk in various cities around the UK.
There you go. That's basically that's basically was my life apart from the going down to the pub and drinking part when I was working at PlayStation in Liverpool.
Right?
Like I just
Yeah.
stayed in my hotel.
Because there's not a lot to do. Because
Yeah.
sure, like occasionally, like we went like that on that trip. We went to Brighton Pier because it was Brighton Pier.
Yeah.
But like you work through most of the day. Like I'm not gonna go fucking see all of the sights of wherever the fuck I am.
Exactly.
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
Pretty much. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, no, I'm going home.
plus that job was the job where when we've talked about crunch in the past, where it's like I've experienced crunch not in video games. So that was the job where it's like, yeah, I've worked like 70, 80 hour weeks. I'm definitely not going to go and see the London fucking Eye. I'm going to crawl into bed and I'm going to crawl back out of bed.
We crawl into bed and crawl back out.
Yeah.
Love it.
But drinking, not a thing I do anymore. I don't have like one like momentous like moment of where I was like, this is really bad for me. And just at some point I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
No judgment of people who
Basically, yeah.
do drink or whatever, like, drink responsibly and stuff. It's just for me, it's just like, this is dumb. For me. I don't like losing control. Which is inevitably like how alcohol affects you.
Yeah, that's how it basically is for me. It's just like this is stupid. Like by the end of it, I was just thinking this is absolutely stupid. So I'm just like, I'm good.
Like the stories are funny now.
Well, mine isn't.
Yours isn't. But like, like the stories are funny now, but at the time it's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, hey, I ended up in hospital. Yeah, sure, it's funny 20 years later. At the time, it's like, what are you doing, you idiot? Why'd you try and dropkick a fence? That's the true story. True story. This is how alcohol affects you. You would say I'm not the most egotistical person in the world.
No.
One of my flatmates, as we were coming out of the student union, one of my flatmates' girlfriend, who was A, taller than me, B, a fucking gymnast, was like, there was like construction fences outside, and someone said, "Oh, but you can't kick to the top of that," and obviously she did it because she's a fucking gymnast, and she was like, in my memory is like, was like blown things out of proportion. She was like 9 foot tall or something. I'm sure she wasn't, but she was definitely taller than me. I think her legs were about
You're tall. You're taller than me.
I think her legs were about as tall as me. And she just kicked the top of the fence. And I just went, well, I can do that. Obviously, I couldn't do that.
Amy was like, what?
Well, no. She did it where she just stood there and she just kicked up and hit the top of the fence. And I went, I can do that. And I did it. I kicked the top of the fence because I fucking drop kicked the damn thing. And then the thing about drop kicking something is you have to hit the floor eventually. Arse first.
At least you had landed ass first. That is the most important thing.
There wasn't as much padding on it as there is now. It wasn't such a soft landing. Couldn't sit down for fucking days. I did it though, so you know.
You were like, what?
Couple of 20 years later, I'm like, it's a great story because I fucking did it. I said I could do it, and I did it. At the time, it was like agony.
I can do this.
Everyone called me Dropkick for months.
Oh, bless. It's...
It was one of those moments where I wish you could like replay your memories in third person.
Yeah.
So I could see it from other people's perspective.
That would be the best way, wouldn't it? It really would be the best way.
I bet anybody thought I could jump that high though.
I mean, you probably just thought that yourself.
No, I used to, you know, I used to be when I was in school, I used to be a runner. Believe it or not. I was quite athletic for a while. Then I discovered video games.
And then gave up on being athletic.
And alcohol. I don't know what happened. I just stopped doing it. I don't know. Weird. Speaking of, should we do some video game talk? Or am I just gonna
video game
or
talk
am I
before we
just
get into
gonna
the
or am
main
I just gonna
topic?
tell all of my embarrassing stories from university?
So I've been watching. So like I rarely do this as much as like all other people, but I've been like watching 24/7 marathon streams right now of late. This is like a chill thing that hits into the background.
Like
So I've been
charity
watching-
streams or what kind of
No,
streams?
it's just 24/7 community streams. That's all it is. It's like eat, sleep, study, relax, like blah blah blah. marathon stream. So
Okay, I think I know what you mean.
yeah, I've been watching the Final Fantasy one, and they went through 9 and went through 10. And I
okay.
was just like, damn. Not bad.
So you just play the game. It's just the game going.
Yeah, but they're completing it fully. Like they're
Yeah,
getting everything, my ultimate weapons, full shebang, and everything. And I'm just like right now on it. I'm looking on it right now. They've got all the way back round to Final Fantasy 6.
Damn. Excuse me. Damn. That's cool, man. I didn't even know that shit existed.
Yeah.
So
they've
what is
got-
it? Is it just like a Twitch/YouTube
No,
channel?
it's a YouTube channel. Weiss Network TV. That's what it's called.
And it just plays games.
Yeah, it's got right now 24/7 Resident Evil walkthrough, Metal Gear, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy, Rockstar, Soulborns, God of War, Assassin's Creed, and Japanese role playing classic JRPGs 1995 to 2000.
Wow.
That's what they've all got going right now, and I'm just like I keep flicking. Sometimes I go Final Fantasy, and then sometimes I go to Metal Gear. And it's like,
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
Metal Gear, it's on Guns of Patriots right now, the 4th one
That's cool.
or 3rd one, depending on the timeline.
I do enjoy that. Like, because I watch GDQ a lot, and I do enjoy like you know, yeah, sure. I tune in for specific games, or I watch VODs afterwards and stuff, like on purpose and stuff. But sometimes it is fun to just knock it on and have it on for a bit, no matter what's going on. Obviously, different vibe, but I didn't know this existed until right now. So
Yeah, I didn't it just randomly came up, and I was like, huh, all right. And I was watching it, and the first one though, that when I clicked on Final Fantasy, it was on Final Fantasy 9, and I was like,
well, you're sticking around.
I'm sticking around, yeah.
Sure, yeah,
For a
of
little
course
bit,
you are.
yeah. And then when I woke up the next day, I was like, it's still on Final Fantasy 9, yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Because if you want to complete the whole thing of Final Fantasy, that's a good long hour. That's a long ass game
Oh, definitely.
to do that. And like they've done it for Final Fantasy 10, and I was like, nice.
And then 10 comes after 9, so
Exactly.
just keep that rolling.
Basically, I just keep rolling.
Nice, that's cool. I might have to check that out. I have thought before, like, I wonder if there's like it's a viable way to like stream, like no commentary, You know what I mean? Not necessarily for me, just in general, just a general wondering of being like, oh, just play a game and there's no commentary, there's no face cams, there's no alerts going off. It's just, hey, do you want to watch a game?
That's actually not a bad idea if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just want to chill and just watch the game.
Yeah, and sometimes you want to chill and just play a game.
Yeah,
Not have to react
well.
to everything that's going on.
Yeah. That's like what we've gone through of late, hasn't it? Like you decided, like, I'm gonna go and play Final Fantasy X. Try that.
I
You're
did.
chilling, playing with that. Like I've got an update
on that after we do the main story.
Yeah, I've Pokemon a little bit, and yeah, it's like I started Sword again, Amy. Pokemon Sword.
That's good. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You knew you were gonna do one of them eventually.
I'm still sticking away from Violet and Scarlet.
That's a good idea.
Like, you know what? The best thing probably for those games will be just to hold out. For me, is to hold out until the next gen console comes out. Because on there, I bet they'll play fine on that, okay? They'll probably play fine on that, but cross fingers, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But on top of that, then the next game will come out probably as well to launch with the console or something. So,
maybe.
But yeah,
Depends when everything comes out.
Yeah, but we're not here to speak about Nintendo or Pokemon, Amy.
Well, not yet. Not yet. Let's talk about Microsoft. Finally bought. I promised you, Moody, the last time we talked about it, I said we're not going to talk about it again until it's done.
Yeah.
And all the links you kept dropping in Discord, I was like, nope. I made a promise.
I don't think I ever put them in.
No, I don't think you did.
News one. So they were just there just to say, oh, for God's sakes, hurry the fuck up.
And then it was like, it's done. So it's done. Microsoft's finally bought Activision Blizzard for 68 point something billion dollars. They own all of the games.
All the games.
All of them.
All the games.
Yeah. It's like, it's weird, right? Because it's like, it's the biggest story of the week and stuff, you know. What's left to say?
This is the thing about it. Yeah, like for me, it's now like, what is the postmortem for this going to be? Like, what is it going to be like? Obviously, they're now up to 30 plus studios that they own and everything.
I do have a list.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I love a good list.
You love a good list, Amy. You do indeed. Is it taller than the lady who's taller than you who drop kicked the wall?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
The 9.5 foot tall lady.
Is she Demetria from Resident Evil?
No.
Did they model her off her?
I don't know. You know what? Maybe. I don't remember her name. It's possible.
9 foot tall.
Do you imagine if I actually looked it up and I was just like, holy shit.
I know her.
I know her. I drop kicked a fence because of her.
I'm still feeling it in my ass to this day.
Interesting. No. Yeah. Yeah, so they already owned 343 Industries, World Edge, Compulsion Games, Double Fine, The Initiative, which was a studio they actually started, Mojang Studios, Ninja Theory, Obsidian Entertainment, Playground Games, Rare, Turn 10 Studios, and Undead Labs. And then they bought ZeniMax, which got them Bethesda Game Studios, Alpha Dog Games, ZeniMax Online, Tango Gameworks, id Software, Arcane Machine Games, and Roundhouse Studios. And now they also own Activision Shanghai Studio, Beanox, Demonware, Digital Legends Entertainment, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Solid State Studios, Toys for Bob, Treyarch, Blizzard Entertainment, and King. It's a lot.
There's a lot. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, so like now we will start to see if Game Pass is going to be the long-lasting thing that they are hoping it to be and everything. Because obviously, if forget about all the studios that they've bought right there. I'll stand by to this day to that. They bought the IP. They bought Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the best-selling game every time each year and whatnot. Even when it's bad, some say it's been bad for quite a long time. But either way, I digress.
It's all relative.
All relative. At the end of the day, they still turn billions of dollars each year for it. It's now time to see if people now will transition from PlayStation and like PC, or at least PlayStation, and move over to the Xbox and be on Game Pass and everything like that. We know that not all these games, because of the deal and how long it's took and everything, they won't be able to migrate all the games over in the Game Pass as fast as they did with Bethesda and whatnot. That's what Phil says.
Yeah, they were ready to go. I don't know. I read Phil's comments about that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, oh well, we didn't know if the deal was going to go through, so we didn't have teams in place to put the games on Game Pass. It's like you knew. We all knew.
We'll see what happens. Like, for all we know, it's like they've got something coming up. But like, obviously, Game Awards coming up and everything soon, and like they'll be able to go boom.
They said 2024.
Beginning of the year 2024, whatever. All these come to Game Pass.
I do think like from a purely like Xbox strategic standpoint, putting that hat on instead of and taking my Amy hat off, because obviously mergers and acquisitions, but like it makes sense for them to stagger all of these games across a long period of time, like as opposed to imagine just dropping like everything in the catalog on Game Pass all at once.
They probably will have to. Sorry there,
big yawn.
Apologies. Big yawn indeed. Yeah, they probably will have to. Just because of like certain of them, obviously, all those like a lot of them are PC games and everything and whatnot, and maybe like there's deals all in place for stuff on other things and whatnot. So they would have to go for the legality for that stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens with it at the end of the day. Now they've got the biggest publisher out there.
They are the biggest publisher out there now.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And we'll now see what this now actually entails and everything like that. Like, I funny enough to put out like I saw you replied to it in Bluesky.
I want to punch you in the face.
Who will Microsoft buy next and everything?
I saw that post and I was like, Moody man, we haven't even fucking talked about this one on the podcast yet. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's funny that, yeah. But no, yeah, it's like we all know they're going to go out and buy someone else probably, because that's who they are. They are a company like Nintendo or Sony who will like just create incredible IPs and work well together with their studios that they already have created or owned and everything. They've just gone out and just decided, we're going out and buying the biggest publisher. And we're going to buy two publishers, Bethesda and Call of Duty. There's Activision Blizzard and whatnot. And they obviously bought a load of other studios that, and not many of them actually have thrown out a lot of games since they've got them. They've had them like for 5 years plus now, a lot of them. But they did that big first announcement of like Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Mojang, Playground, wasn't it? And all the other Double Fine and whatnot, but
2021 was when they bought Bethesda.
So it was like
2019, maybe 2020.
2019, 2018.
It was around that time.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, it's like we'll have to see what happens and whatnot for it. We know games are coming. We know there's good looking games that are on the way. Like we're all looking forward to like Ninja Theory's next Hellblade and whatnot. So
it's the fucking the layoffs and studio clauses that I'm not looking forward to. Sorry, I'm putting my Amy hat back on.
No, there's no doubt about it. Because of this massive merger, there's a ton of layoffs that are going to be coming and everything like that. Even though and that's just going to add on top of the over 6,000 that's happened already in 2023 alone.
And it's like if you get laid off from Microsoft at this point, like, where are you going to go work? Because like they own all the fucking studios.
Yeah. Pretty much. It really is that these days, and it's And it's scary, like it really is. It's like I've spoken to like people who was like, what's happened like at a Team 17 and everything, and like it's not that there isn't a lot out there, it's that basically everyone who's their job doing their job as well, they've basically gone in for a job that they've all probably applied for as well.
Well, yeah,
So,
I saw someone talking about it on Bluesky, a game developer, I think. Like it's the amount of layoffs that's happening. Because I mean, we've got more fucking layoffs happening in the past week. It's like it's the other like. I can't remember his exact phrasing. It was something along the lines of like, can the games industry even like reabsorb all of these people? Like,
that is the big question.
Like, have so many people now lost jobs that even if every single one of them wanted to get a job in the games industry, they might not be able to.
Yeah.
Because it's fallen to pieces. From one perspective, the perspective of shit, everyone's getting fired, and studios are closing. It feels like it's fallen a bit. A bit.
Yeah, like we've talked about on multiple times now, like is the industry going to crash in some sort of way or something, or and everything, and it's just like there's a chance of like something's going to happen that's going to halt the gaming industry in some sort of way. Don't know what it's going to be and everything like that. It could be like the worst thing is about it's like I know a lot of people could say it's the industry, like all the selling, all the buy-ups and everything like that could cause it and whatnot. But like the thing is, there's so many other things that are happening on top of that. It could be a combination of basically all the stuff and everything like that. How I like what was it we talked last week, like Disney again or Bob Iger's again pushed the time. No, we must get into the gaming industry and everything like that. Let's go buy a EA or Ubisoft or something like that. But EA and Ubisoft, like they're setting themselves up to be bought. That's the thing about it. Like EA have actively separated like their sports division games and the rest of the division games into two separate entities. If like people wanted to buy just like one entity and buy and separate from the other one and stuff, which is crazy to think. And Ubisoft, I think, ever since the whole crap that came out about them 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, was it?
Could we be in a situation where, like, the CMA was all like, hey, those cloud gaming monopolies, like, you really need to sort that, and Microsoft's gone, yeah, sure, we'll sell our rights to Ubisoft, a completely separate company, and then they'll just buy Ubisoft and get them back. It's not funny, but at the same time, it's funny.
It's funny, but it's at the same time, I think the CMA person, I don't want to state this, I haven't heard anything, I don't know anything like that, but for me, I think the CMA probably was getting told, you've got to accept this deal.
Which would be a big no-no.
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't understand, like, UK politics, like, you're not supposed to do that.
yeah. I bet they were like getting told, like, we already know that the idiot chancellor's got involved in this and said, yeah, I'm going to speak to them and everything like that. So technically, you can't do anything.
You shouldn't
you fucking idiot.
No, it's an independent body for a reason. But
yeah,
hey, we saw the comments.
We're not stupid. Yeah.
We're not idiots.
We're not stupid. They've the CMA bowed down and like they
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Well, better put that in there. There you go, Keith. Allegedly.
No, we really do need to do that in this instance. Yeah,
like anyone high up's listening to us.
Say that, Moody. It's my fucking details all over all this shit.
But no, yeah, it's like we all know what's happening and everything. So it's like at the end of the day, they've got it done. Microsoft have got it done. They're happy. They're done and dusted. See what happens next. I hope whatever happens with the firings or layoffs or whatever, that they at least do something kind of like the King. I don't want it. I'll just say this. I don't want any layoffs at the end of the day. Microsoft, you're a big enough fucking company to be able to absorb this and not to have to do this at all. And it's going to be discussed. And I'll state this right now: you're discussing if you do so and everything like that. But if we all know what's happening, I hope you give least good amount of severance pay, just like Epic did. I didn't accept Epic's one. I didn't like Epic one either, firing all those people as well. But I can take my hat off to them a little bit to say you give them 6 months severance. It's better than nothing, because I know some of the people who have been sacked, they've basically just been given a month's pay and told to fuck off, basically. your $2 trillion company, you can give them a good amount of severance, a good couple of months of severance. So,
or not sack them. I understand. I get your point.
Ideally thing. Oh no, I stand by. Yeah, I agree with you. The ideally thing is don't sack them.
Don't sack them.
Lay them off. Absorb them. Combine them. Do everything you need to do to not do this.
Which wouldn't be a lot because you make an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
Imagine like,
well, we just spent $69 billion. We now have to make sure that we have.
We need to become more agile.
We have to make sure that we've made a profit next year. So to do this, we're going to offset the sackings.
You make a profit. You're going to make a profit this month. Like, even with $69 billion leaving your bank account, you're still going to make a profit this month. Yeah,
now it comes like I said, like the question now comes to is now on Game Pass and whatnot. It's like I put a tweet out, Bluesky tweet, whatever it's called, on Bluesky a few weeks ago. Is that back for me? I stand by it. Game Pass lives or dies on the Activision Blizzard deal because they need Call of Duty. They expect it because of the leaks and everything like that. And I know these like things could have been like written, like we all know, like these were like spoken about in 2000, 2001 and everything like that a few years ago. But like they were expecting by the mid-generation of this generation to have like around 50 to 60 million subscribers on Game Pass. They haven't. They've got like 30 million or something like that. I think that's what the leaks were saying or something like that. So I think it's like somewhere between 25 and 30 million. That's not enough for them and everything like that to become properly profitable to live off this. They needed to be like 100 million subscribers on Game Pass. I don't think they'll ever hit that.
God no.
Personally, I will love to be proven wrong. Would love to be proven wrong because I think Game Pass, like we've stated on many occasions, is the best thing out there in video games. It's like it's an amazing deal for a lot of people and whatnot. Like combined it with the low end Xbox that they put out and everything. The S, it's like it's the perfect thing for people. And I think it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be interesting how many migrate from one console to the Xbox to do Game Pass and everything, or move over to PC on Game Pass and everything. I think that's going to be the interesting thing and whatnot. And we'll see.
Fair. One other thing of note is that Bobby Kotick's leaving Activision next year.
At the end of the year, we knew it was going to happen. They weren't going to keep him around or anything.
I don't know.
Like
there was just between the James Corden town hall that we talked about last week. And Bobby Kotick, like, you know, them basically saying no, he's on his way out. There was this part of my brain that was just like, oh, they're gonna keep him on. He's gonna somehow cling on.
Yeah, the amount of money the fucker's gonna get because of this is disgusting. So, good riddance to the bastard.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, like he's basically being rewarded for being a terrible piece of shit human being, but sometimes you just got to take a victory where you can get it, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not taking. Yeah.
It's a cheap. It's like a pork win, but it's like
woo.
We'll take it, I guess.
I guess I'll take it. Yeah, sure. Well, take the rest of the fuckers with you, though. That'll be nice.
It's going to be interesting. Like going off from the past from Microsoft's. Phil Spencer and Phil Spencer's team's past record, they have not done a great job of combining and rearranging and managing the new studios and all the sites and everything that they've got. So it's going to be fascinating how they do this now with Activision Blizzard, which is
the biggest,
it's bigger than Bethesda and all their game studios they had combined. So it's like, hello.
Yeah. Like if they're having trouble with Undead Labs, no offense to Undead Labs intended whatsoever. Like, I mean, Blizzard is going to be a bit of an issue for them.
Blizzard's going to be a clusterfuck. It's literally a cluster bomb just getting thrown into Microsoft's open area, and then just to see what happens at the end, and see who's standing by the end of it.
We're all just watching it.
Something like that, yeah.
With those the glasses on, you know, they wear when the nuclear explosions go off. They put those glasses on, just watching it fall. I'm sure I'll be talking about this again, but relatively soon anyway. Speaking of Game Pass, though, I've been playing a game that's leaving Game Pass. Luckily, I already own it on PlayStation 5. Otherwise, I would have been fucking raging.
So, what, are you playing it on PS5 or?
Yeah, I'm playing it on PS5. Okay, I'm going for that platinum.
Ooh,
might as well. It's not one of those. It's not one of those platinums that's like play the game on ultra hardcore nightmare difficulty and do all of the like super hard. Like, no, it's pretty easy plat.
I never die once.
Yeah, and don't die. Yeah, like when I was looking through the Bramble, it's like, oh, I could probably do that. Oh, no.
Just take 10 Mike Tyson punches and then get the plat. It's like,
but no, no, I've got a story about it. That's why I want Fitz. Fitz is not here to answer for his crimes.
Because I said Mike Tyson's punch, I was thinking, well, you got a story getting punched by Mike Tyson? What?
I've never played Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but no about the game I'm playing. I was so I booted up Final Fantasy X last weekend, I think, Sunday, probably.
Not sure.
And I was just like, I was staring at the pause screen because like I did that thing where I quick resumed straight into the game and it was on the pause menu and I was just staring at it for a bit and I was like, I'm not feeling it. So I just turned my PlayStation off, and I was texting with it anyway, and I said, and I specifically said, like, oh, I'm putting Final Fantasy X down, and I'm just looking for something to fill in a bit of time because like Alan Wake 2 comes out
next
week, and I'm just like, I'm fucking all in on that. So like I don't know, like so I asked him, have you got any recommendations for like games around 10-ish hours, like long? Thought like that'll do, something that just like fill the gap between then and there. And the first game he recommended was Miles Morales, and I was like, fantastic recommendation, great game, have played it, and if I was going to do that, I would just play Spider-Man 2. And then he was talking to me for a bit, and I was like, yeah, 10 hours, round about 10 hours, and then the fucker convinced me to start playing Persona 5 Royal.
Which is not a 10-hour game.
It's not a 10-hour game. No, it's not. It's a little bit more than 10 hours.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because I played Persona 5 when it came out, but I've never played Royal, even though I've owned it for years. So I started that on Wednesday. Sometime this week I've started it and I've been blasting it. It's on right now. Like, it's right there.
It's right there, mate.
It's right on my TV. I can see it. It's right there. It's just like if you notice a slight red glow on this side, it's because it's on the screen, the PS5 screen. Yeah, so I've been playing Persona 5 Royal all week. Half the week. Yeah. My first thought was, I don't remember. I've forgotten enough of this game that when you mix in the fact that there's loads of new content, because it's Persona 5 Royal, not the vanilla version, like, it's almost a brand new game to me. Like, it would be like playing when I played The Last of Us Part 2, because obviously we both got spoiled by the leaks for The Last of Us Part 2. So I kind of knew what was happening, but I didn't know any of the details.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing playing this. It's like I've forgotten most of the details, so I know what's going to happen, but I don't remember a lot of what actually happens.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's like, and then there's all this new stuff happening, and I'm just like, cool. But yeah, it's not a 10-hour game. Played it for more than that already. I did the first Palace. It's a shame, like, you don't like games that are that long. Because I was playing it, and I was like, ooh, number one, the first bad guy, I forgot how fucked up that story is. But I was playing it and I was like, oh, this there's a lot of like shades of Lost Judgment in this. I was like, Moody would fucking I legitimately said this to Vitz. I was like, it's a shame Moody doesn't play a big long JRPGs because he would fucking love this story.
Don't, Amy. Shut up. Stop it now.
It was one of the things that went across my mind.
Stop it.
The first
I'll say this: when Persona 6 comes out, I'm gonna play that. I'll try that.
The first bad guy that you fight, because it's about teenagers and they gain the power to go to the metaverse and change the twisted desires of people who are like really horrible, awful people. And like the first bad guy that you fight is like an abusive teacher, and it pulls zero punches with the story. And I was like, oh fuck, I forgot this happened. And I did think like, oh, Moody would fucking love this.
You should be streaming it, Amy. Stream it next time. Okay?
Should I just record an entire playthrough of it, and you can just
put it in the background for me and just watch it?
You can watch it for like 150 hours or whatever the fuck it's going to take me to finish this game.
And how long ever it's going to take to download to me.
Yeah.
Upload to me, yeah.
It's excellent. It's so good. Like it was my game of the year in 2017, like the original version. And like it's one of my I class it amongst one of my favorite games, and just playing Royal again is just like fucking still hits. I'm still obsessed with it like I was when I played the first version 5 years ago. And
that's fantastic.
And
I'm so glad that you're still like you're enjoying it, and I think that's what we want to hear and everything. Even though, like, especially as you've been a little bit iffy on like what you want to play and whatnot.
Yeah. I've bounced out of more than a couple of things at this point. But no, like Royal's got me, and like I'll ease up on it when it's Alan Wake 2 time, because it's gonna be Alan Wake 2 time.
Yeah, next week.
I'll be like, whenever that game unlocks,
yeah.
I'll be in my chair. I'll be
Yeah.
playing Alan Wake 2, but until then, I'm going to be playing Persona 5 Royal. Like I've also I downloaded Chants of Sonar, and I want to have a check out of that. But it's just been too hard to drag myself away from Persona 5.
Yeah.
The music hits though. Like, and as someone who listens to the soundtrack, like, and has done for the last 5 years, there's still something about when the music goes off in the game when stuff's happening, where it's just like it hits on an entirely other level.
So much more of that, I think.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you like. That's what we want to hear in games and everything. Like we want to be hearing great things of like great music, great gameplay, great characters, great story, great this, great that. And to hear that you've got this is fantastic.
Yeah. So what you need to do at Christmas is you need to somehow get Baldur's Gate, Starfield, and Persona 5 Royal and just jam them all in. Now I'm imagining a mixture of all three of those games.
I have got 3 monitors. One for this.
I mean, look, man. Persona 5 was so good when it came out. Keith bought a PlayStation for it.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
That's good.
I've never known, like, and I hear it all the time, like, you know, oh, it's the system seller, you know, like, not Persona 5, just in general, like, oh, this game is a system seller. And I'm always like, I've never, like, grasped it.
Yeah.
I've never grasped, like, buying an
yeah.
entire platform for, like, one game. But, like, Keith did that. And I kind of get it, because I'm playing it again, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, this is great. Like, I'm so glad I bought this, like, 2 years ago on sale on a whim. Especially when I opened Game Pass, because I thought, oh, it's on Game Pass, I'll just download it on Game Pass. But then I was like, I got it on PlayStation, I'll play it on that. And then I opened the app today to have a look at the new games that they added, and it was like, oh, leaving soon, Persona 5 Royal. I was like, I would have fucking punched a hole in my wall if I'd have started Persona 5.
It's just funny that, isn't it?
And then I had to stop. Because, like, yeah, I thought about instead of doing 5, doing 4, because I never played 4, but then I was like, no, Persona 5 Royal, excellent.
Fabulous.
Expect me to be talking about that as time goes on, because, again, not a 10-hour game. Thanks, Vitz. 10-hour game. The last time I asked you for a recommendation for a short game.
Oh, bless him.
He goes, just play it in 10-hour bursts. Like he's not met me before. Just play in 10 hours and then play something else. We both know that's not going to happen.
That's not how Amy rolls, Vitz. Come on. It's not how the Force works.
It's not how the Force works
at all.
So have you been playing? I was going to say, have you been playing the game I sent back without opening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've sent it back as well. So I thought, yeah, okay, let's try it. So I tried Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah. I know some of this story. Obviously, you were texting. We were texting each other over the weekend.
Yeah. I'll start with one plus side to it. The authenticness to it comes across really well when it comes to the era and everything like that. It's really well done. Like you hear the language and everything from like when they speak it, like obviously I had it in English and everything. But like when it's like saying hello and whatnot and saying goodbye, I think you heard it in their language and everything, which was really authentic and really worked really well. I really enjoyed that. The voice acting is like really, really well done. Like they've got some really good voice acting there. That's really what was a good selling point, and like I enjoyed it for you. Like I even stated, like we heard what's her name? I don't remember her name, but she's from The Expanse. But when I heard her name, it's like, you bastards, you got me sold on an Assassin's Creed game. Fuck sakes, damn it. Just for her. It's a visually lovely game. I don't think it's like the best visual Assassin's Creed looking game out there for me personally. Like, and I had like I flicked between both like the high performance settings that the PlayStation 5 could give you for it and everything, and I was just like, this looks good, but it's like, it's like I felt like it's like they always scream out, we have the best looking visual, beautiful games, blah blah blah. The thing that helped for me to held Assassin's Creed back was Assassin's Creed Mirage back was the controls. It was a clunky mess to play.
Yeah.
And, like it's like,
what was going on there?
So basically, like, they should just like. I'm sick of like you had to press every time just to jump and like leap and everything like that. Why can't you? I'm running. You know where you want to go. Why do I have to be pressing every single time? And sometimes I pressed and he's jumped in the opposite direction. And I know I'm pointing forward, and I know I fucking am.
The Tomb Raider conundrum.
Yeah, basically. And the combat was just stiff and boring. Weird.
Like,
and the climbing, which is the thing, the parkour.
Like, well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, like you have to push every time to jump. It's like they took that out in like Assassin's Creed 2 or some shit, where it was like you do sprinting and you just as long as you hold the button down, you would just do all this stuff.
No, you had to press.
Why?
I don't know.
It's the same thing with the... Sorry to just go off on a little tangent. It's the same thing with when you select something on a menu, and for some reason in all video games now you have to like hold the button down. It's like, why? Why do I have to hold the button down to select something? I pushed the button on the thing on purpose.
Yeah. It made no sense. This is not a review or anything like that. This is just me. I've played it literally a couple of hours, but my PlayStation thing says 2 hours.
I think we're out. I think we're out of the reviews game at this point. I think we just talk now.
I'm just talking about it. So this is not an indictment, a bang on it, like saying go out buy it or anything like that. If you want to play this game, go and play this game and everything like that. That's your decision and whatnot. But like for me, it's just like I wanted to like gave this a go. And just the control systems were just bad, just poorly done and everything. Characters weren't the best either. Like the character you're playing, he was just like, "Why are you annoying me? Should never annoy me." Main characters, the person you're playing should never annoy me at all. If you're annoying me, I can't get on with you, and you're just making it worse. It's like, no. And it's like, I just have decided, okay, it's as much as I can go. I'm done uninstalling it, putting it back in its boomerang packaging, and hossing it into the post box.
Yeah, I know. I said last week I would like think about giving it a go, but then I realized I didn't have any spaces left in my rental queue, and I was like, I'm probably not going to play Spider-Man 2 this weekend. But I do want to have it in the house. For when the mood hits. I want to just be able to put it in. So I was like, I have to send something back. I've had Zelda for like 6 months. I'm not sending it back yet. So yeah, I was like, Assassin's Creed was what like I sacrificed to the boomerang gods, and I did get Spider-Man sent out. But like from hearing like what you were talking about, like bad controls are like one of the things that turns me off a game the most.
Yeah.
Like if you've got bad controls, I can't put up with it. Like it's physically just not possible. Like you've heard me talk about hundreds of games at this point, and like you always know, like, and it's probably a thing that repetitively comes up where it's just like little fucking things that start grating on you, and I've got to put up with it for like 20 hours.
It's infuriating.
Yeah, it's like the thing I was just talking about, where it's like the push to hold menu selection. It's just like, fucking stop it.
The thing is, that's Ubisoft games in general.
That's just all games these days.
Yeah.
It's doing my head in.
Yeah, it's just like, why? Just press it.
Just let me push the button, because inevitably I push the button and it fills the thing up, and obviously I'm just pushing the button, and I do it for the entire game. Anyone who saw me stream Resident Evil 4 knows that. Like at the end of the game, I was still fucking not holding the button down. And it annoys me, but it annoys me even more when you have to do it with a mouse and you have to hold the mouse button down when you click, and it's just like,
yeah.
But yeah, when you were talking about like dodgy controls and stuff when we were texting, I was very curious as to like what you meant by that, because I feel like these games like Assassin's Creed like have pretty standard controls at this point, like third person open world. I know it's not an open world game, but that sort of area of third person action adventure games, like, so I was like, how do you do the controls bad in those games?
Well, I think for me, like Assassin's Creed has always had a bit for me iffiness when it comes to the controls. Like when you're like, you think, oh, I should be able to just run up this part. There's a part literally there. You can see, you can grab it. And he just goes. I'm just like, there's a piece right in front of you.
Yeah.
Just grab it. And he just wouldn't. And I'm just like, this logic, that like, it's just game. It's more.
You're
it's like
testing
controls,
me.
But it's also, it's like game controls, but it's also game logic. It's just like there's a brick right there. You are like, if you just put your hand out, you can grab it. Why? Why are you not doing this type of thing?
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, fuck off. Just fuck off. And it's just like they've set up a beaten path for you to always have to go to, and I'm just like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's just laziness for me personally, and it's just like, and obviously, I was like kind of a little bit looking forward to this one a little bit, because like I was a big fan like of the Ezio collection, and I think the Ezio era
Me too.
of the Assassin's Creed, and I loved Black Flag.
So I thought like it's on my backlog.
Yeah. So when I saw they were going back to it, and I got a little bit burnt out by the big open worldness of it, even though I stand by, I love Odyssey. Odyssey is like, for me, was the best one out of all of it, out of that 3-game trilogy. Valhalla though was just like, oh my god,
it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but more.
It's just like, no. For me, I think what helped me with Assassin's Creed Odyssey is that the character I was playing, Cassandra was an awesome character. Like, she was badass, she was fucking fierce, and she knew what she wanted to do and where she was going for and whatnot. And you can have a massive orgy in that game as well with her, which is just obviously a great selling point that you can't just deny that. But freaking, then you go into Valhalla, and Valhalla's just boring characters. The 2 characters you could play from that were just boring, and I was just like, you're not Cassandra, guys. You're not Ezio.
Cassandra has ruined future Assassin's Creed games for me.
Basically, basically, pretty much.
That's fair.
And it was just like, all right, fine.
I've always wondered about that sort of like, the climbing in games, right?
Yeah.
So like your Tomb Raiders, your Uncharted's, Horizons, I guess Assassin's Creed, and it's just like, maybe I've just played too many Uncharted, Tomb Raiders, etc.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, You push the stick in a direction. There's no challenge in it, right? The challenge is finding the way to go, and like games have become so photorealistic. You have to paint everything yellow to figure out what the hell you're supposed to actually climb on. Like you with your brick climbing up the wall, it's like, oh, I'm not supposed to grab that particular brick, and it's just like, I don't know. It's the more I think about it, the more it's just like, yeah, like to get from here to here, I have to climb that thing, but all I'm really doing is this.
Yeah. Yes. That's how infuriating is that? It's just like, and I know a lot of some people might say it's a video game. Why are you using logic for a video game? Because they use logic for the fucking video game.
Well, yeah, I mean, you watched me stream the first 10 or so hours of Horizon Forbidden West, and I had to turn on that thing that showed you where all of the climbable objects were, because it was just so hard to figure out for me. It was so hard to figure out, like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? What's actually climbable and what's not? It all looks the same.
Yeah. It's like there's games out there like that don't use logic, which I can just...
It's fine.
Be completely just blown away with everything. Like, going,
video games.
I can go along with the over-the-topness, like Lost Judgment. An adult goes into a school and beats up teenagers.
It's fucking
that
great.
It's not logically right, but
it's logical for the story.
Yeah, it's
in that moment.
Story. Yeah, and it just works for it in that game. This is just like, but yeah, it's just, yeah. I was just yeah, but it's also like, I think I was also like in the part, like I was kind of like in the middle of like a kind of review as well. Like I'm like, nothing's biting me right now. Nothing's making me want to go, ooh, yes, play this now type of thing. So that's why I kind of like gone back to the same old, like, oh, let's just play a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
It's like we're kickstarting ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we're recharging ourselves for the games we were hoping is going to spice us up. And hopefully I'm going to get that. Like Spider-Man 2 is literally on the way.
Alan Wake 2 for me.
And I even forgot that I've got Mario on the way. Like when I saw the emails, like, wait, what?
Yeah, Mario's out at the same time.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that for some weird reason. So that was a good surprise. So like, I'm gonna hopefully I'm gonna enjoy Spider-Man. I'm gonna smash it out and everything, and then just
I'm gonna
hopefully like have a talk about it next week.
I've got a sort of a plan. It's a semi-plan. We don't know. Like, finish the Expanse. I'm gonna play Persona 5. Alan Wake 2, stream some Slay the Princess, which I'm really looking forward to, as well. And then after that, we'll see what happens. Probably play more Persona 5, because definitely not going to finish it by next Friday.
How is your Expanse playthrough going? I forgot.
I didn't stream. I couldn't. I wasn't in the right frame of mind to stream, so I just cancelled.
That's fair. I understand that.
And we'll try again on Sunday.
Cross fingers.
Right now, it's
Are
like...
you sure moving to Sunday is the best thing to do?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Moving away from Friday is the best thing to do.
Okay, that's fair.
But no. Maybe I just need to put the Expanse on hold for another week and just get people together for a game of Faz or something. Just to get, like, going again. I don't know. It's like what we just talking about. Yeah, good luck with that.
We can dream, okay?
We can dream, yeah, sure. Let's do a halftime. I need like
doing the game of the week and then go into halftime?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, halftime is halftime. Indie game of the week is indie game.
I've literally said this exact phrase going in indie game of the week for like weeks.
Have you?
Months. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Now what's that you were just saying about logic?
I'm just being forgetful. That's not logical. That's just ADHD.
It's time for Indie Game of the Week. This is the thing we do every week where we talk about a cool-looking, upcoming indie game that looks cool and is upcoming, and you should go and wishlist it and play any relevant demos. This week's Indie Game of the Week, which definitely wasn't picked at the last minute because I forgot to do it, was called Born of Bread. Play it as a flower golem who possesses a never-ending childlike wonder and a set of odd abilities. Team up with a colourful cast of characters, explore the different regions of a wonderful world ripe with mysteries, and engage in a fun and quirky turn-based combat system. Flower golem, I'm sold. Now that's weird.
Old.
You're a golem made of flour.
Think this is better than Gollum?
Yes. Yes, I do. And I never played Gollum, but I did watch a video about it, and I was like, ooh. Ooh. But I know, Born and Fred, that's the indie game of the week. It's being developed by Wild Arts Studio, published by Dear Villagers, coming soon. Go wishlist it. There's a link in the description wherever you're listening to the podcast. Go get it.
Nice.
Get it. I woke up from a nap today.
Nice.
I was talking about last week. I was talking about how my wish list is out of control on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up from a nap today to 7 emails from Steam of new games being released, all at once. All these emails came through. This game is now available on Steam. This game is now available on Steam. This game is now available on Steam. I was like, holy shit. Like, what? Doing Indie Game of the Week for so long has really ruined my fucking inbox. Took some time, but worth it though, because I'd forgotten about most of these games. When I clicked on them, I was like, oh hell yeah, I remember that. Like, you remember when we were watching Summer Games Fest and there was that cool one with the turn-based game with a motorbike in the like post-apocalyptic thing, and we both kind of did that nod of like, oh, that looks cool, and then we both promptly forgot about it.
Yeah, it was like
well, I got an email today saying it's out now.
Cool.
It's called Laika something or other. I don't know. Laika. I got 7 emails. What do you want from me?
You to remember it?
Laika, Aged Through Blood. It's the motorbike one. Red and white and brown.
Nice.
It's a Western-inspired Metroidvania. And I was reading it and I was like, that sounds sick.
It does sound sick. There's no doubt about that.
But this week's indie game of the week is Born and Fred. Go wishlist it. Developers love it when you wishlist things.
They do, indeed.
And you get lots of emails and you feel really popular. Let's take a break.
It's time for the halftime show. This is where we go away. And we might be in different positions when we
It's
come back.
time for the halftime show where nothing actually happens, but we still call it a show.
Yeah, this is where
Moody
we
might
go
do a
first.
dance. Oh, it's a bit of that, isn't it? Ah! Oh, are we still doing the thing?
Yeah.
You look like so over it when you're doing it, like, yeah, all right, fucking hell. Okay.
All right. It's time for mine to time to shine, is it?
I guess so, yeah. I don't know how, like, you might like, I know you've never been a fan of the title Moody's Time to Shine. Mm-hmm. Which is why, you put working title next to it, and like, you knew I was never going to change it. So what you've done instead is you've decided to kill it in the only way you could think of, which is, what if we just do it completely differently? Like this whole like new way of doing the podcast thing we're doing. Or it's like, it's just eventually it's going to die off.
Yeah. We just go. So how about Pete Hines retiring from Bethesda?
Yeah, how about P. Hines retiring from Bethesda?
Yeah.
I think I can sum up my thoughts on that by what I posted on Discord, which was, weird.
It is interesting. There's no doubt about it. He's like he's been there for a while and whatnot, since 1999.
Yeah.
It's like he's a veteran of the industry and whatnot.
It was the 20th century when he started working there.
Sorry?
It was the 20th century when he started working there.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And then he came into the 21st century. 1 year later, depending on when he restarted and whatnot. And then in 1999. But yeah, he's arguably one of the most famous head of publishings in video games out there, basically. Like you hear about game directors and producers and producers and whatnot, but like head of publishing, like he probably is the top one that was that. don't know if he was ever like the top one. I don't know if I can ever say that.
He's the one. He was one of the few
Everyone
where
knows.
I would say his name and you would know who I was talking about without having to look it up.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He's had a long career and like he's worked. I'm sure he's worked his ass off to get where he was and what he's wanting to do and whatnot. Like, and he's released some influential games out there. Some of the biggest games out there came out from Bethesda and whatnot, and like his name will always be tied to that and whatnot. Like he released Skyrim like 20,000 times, different years, different generations, right now. So,
hell of a legacy, right?
Yeah,
like he launched Skyrim
legacy.
and Skyrim and Skyrim and Skyrim and Skyrim.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 and Skyrim and Skyrim.
But no, yeah, like guys, and what he's wanting to earn and everything like that, and if this was what he wanted to do and was his time to retire and everything like that, yeah, go off into the sunset and continue to earn your millions and whatnot, and live off what you've already earned and whatnot. So you've deserved it. You've worked your ass off to do it, and congratulations for that. I do think when I saw it, I was like, like you a little bit like, like, yeah, I was like, I don't know why. I just feel like I'm looking into this deeper where it probably is nothing, but at the same time, I'm thinking
it's probably just Starfield's come out and
it's done.
It's do I have another one of these in me?
Yeah.
And no, and the answer was no.
But like Starfield was like what was meant to come out like 2 years ago, last year, something like that, wasn't it?
Those leaks. So it was like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's like this game's had that game had a long ass life to get long ass time to get to where get released and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, I can understand why he's like, oh, yeah, I'm done after this.
Yeah, I'm tired, man.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And he's obviously set up the company that he was a part of for life, basically, as they're now part of Microsoft. I know he probably wasn't really a part of that or anything like that, but he obviously would have been made aware and everything when ZeniMax was saying, yeah, we're selling these guys, just so you know. Phil Spencer came knocking and we said this number and he went, okay. And whatnot. But yeah, congratulations, Pete Hines. Go off. I don't know why I'm still going to be like, something there, right?
Probably.
Like, something's there, right? Probably. Phil Spencer's probably just like, all right, well, I'm going to keep you around until Starfield's out. But then I'm getting rid of you and I'm bringing in my own guy.
It's just like, look, man, like, Pete, we've been going over the numbers, and every time you walk out on stage at E3, like, we lose 100,000 viewers. People don't want to hear about the fucking Elder Scrolls card game.
I don't know.
Obviously, I'm joking, but yeah, it was always a bit of a mood kill when he'd do that. Hey, I'm here to talk about the next expansion of Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, he's the head of publishing.
Oh yeah, and he's got to do his thing, right? But
yeah,
it was always just that.
Job.
It was always just that moment of just like, oh, nap time, cool.
Nap time, cool. Seriously, nap time.
Nap time. Nothing for me here.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But no, yeah, it's yeah. Congratulations.
Moody, wake me up when Todd Howard comes on stage. It'd be weird.
It just works.
Just works. Starfield does, apparently. He was finally proven right on an entirely different game.
So apparently, like, what's this craziness that Super Mario Bros. Is apparently going to come out?
Well, so I was like,
fucking release?
So I know how obsessed you are with 4K.
Yeah, 4K for good movies.
What, you don't think the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993 is a good movie?
I'd rather watch Sonic 2 over and over again.
It's an entertaining film, but not for the reasons that the people making the film originally intended. Like how The Room was supposed to be a drama. Super Mario Brothers is entertainingly terrible.
Sometimes don't understand that still.
Just
for any movie or any entertainment product out there, when people say it's just entertainingly bad.
It doesn't
make sense in my head.
It's a very specific set of requirements. I think you need to like be in the headspace to watch a movie like. And hey, there's probably people who legitimately like this film. Go off, that's cool. But like, it's like you get a group of people, you have a laugh watching a film, which is just hilarious for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's
but yeah,
fine.
if you like it, good for you. It's coming in 4K.
It's coming out in 4K. I thought you'd be all over this. You love 4K.
I don't want to imagine what that looks like in 4K. Like that.
I've never heard the term 4K as much as I did when I was visiting you. It's 4K. Ooh, yeah. It's not on 4K. I'm not watching it.
It look good in that 4K screen.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Just wait until you come down next time and it's time for Avatar 2 in 4K.
Yeah, I think I'm busy.
Oh, I'm not your Christmas bud. You're not your Christmas work place. Bloody hell. So let's get into this one. So, Amy, so apparently, when a game is just not hitting the benchmark they want to target for when it comes to the visuals, and they still decide we're going to release it either way.
I mean, look, guys. Points for honesty. Look, guys, this game is a bit fucked up, but we're going to launch it anyway.
It's so fucked up, Amy, that there's reviews out.
I've seen.
OpenCritic. It's got 77 on OpenCritic.
I've seen the OpenCritic dropping every time I refresh the page.
It's really, really annoying because I had high hopes for this fucker. I was thinking, Skyline is like one of the biggest games out there. It's like the first one's like loved and everything. And when I heard this, I was thinking,
yeah,
I'm gonna state this right now. I'm waving the white flag in Fantasy Critic.
I think I'm waving the white flag in Fantasy Critic at this point.
After fucking what Vince
after what just happened this week, we'll talk about that later. So they said that it's not the sequel has not achieved the performance and benchmark we targeted, but instead of delaying the game, they're releasing now is the best way forward. So they've delayed the console versions until next year, but they've released it. Well, they are releasing it on PC. It comes out next week. And I'm just like, on the one hand, what? On the other hand, applaud the honesty. On the third hand, thank you for taking a game out of the list of games that I really want to play.
Basically, yeah.
And relieving a little bit of that pressure. And that's no shade on City Skylines 2. What it means is that I can punt it until later when they've fixed it. Because I don't want to play City Skylines 2 in a suboptimal performance, whatever, when I can play other things.
Just think, next year they can re-release it as City Skylines 2, the benchmark.
The benchmark edition.
The benchmark edition.
Like, what? But, like seriously, man.
Seriously, yeah. The worst thing about it, what annoys me even more about this is that we've had nothing but this year of AAA games coming out where they're still broken. They're still buggy as hell, which is just ruining the experience. And just lowering scores and everything like that. Fuck, like, why am I saying score? Fuck scores. But you know what I mean? Lowering opinions of it. And it's just like, you're throwing out a game that the only other thing I can think of is that they had pre-sales for this high. And it was like, we can't delay this. We got pre-sales of this. If we delay it, it'll go to this, we predict. We want this, not this. See, this is better. This is not so good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a cyberpunk thing all over again.
But like we've gone through the fucking event horizon. We've spent the entire first 2/3 of the year talking about like games coming out too early and they're fucked up. And there's bugs and all sorts of shit, and it's really fucking annoying because, like you said, it does ruin the experience somewhat. Like even fucking Star Wars, Survivor, which I liked. Like, I would have liked it a hell of a lot more if it worked properly. But, like, we've just crashed through the event horizon where now apparently publishers are just coming out and just saying before the game even comes out, yo, we know you're sick of buggy games coming out. And we are releasing a buggy game. But we will fix it at some point in the future. Like, okay, thanks. I guess I don't know how to respond to this. Like I've said before, I understand when like indie studios and small games release sometimes in suboptimal states because they just run out of time. Like it's either we have to release the game and get some money. And I get that, but like Paradox is a publisher, man. Like they've got them. You've got the money to delay this by 6 months. Wow, you know what I mean? Like to get the benchmark back to whatever performance you were targeting.
Yep.
You've just chosen not to, and that's scummy. And it's slightly less scummy because you've admitted it, but that doesn't make it not scummy.
It's still scummy, yeah. It still makes it scummy. Yeah. Wow, I'll knock a point off for you not being so scummy as you've admitted that this is a shit game. Or broken game, should I say.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for fuck's sakes, man. Like, seriously. Yeah, like, I don't get it. I just don't understand
It's
this.
like, yeah, when they talk about like, oh, we'll keep improving the game like over the course of the coming months. It's like, yeah, that's just video games in general nowadays, like our connected, always online future coming to pass. It's like that's how video games work. Like it just, I don't know. It pisses me off, but I'm also really confused. Like I know why they've done it. Money. I mean, like it's always money. Like, you know, like even if I don't understand it, it's like, well, they're gonna make money. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, what? Eh?
Yeah, I know.
Put it in early access then. Like, what's going on? Early access is really good now. It's like, I know years ago, like putting a game in early access was like this thing you didn't do because early access had a bad reputation, but early access has a very good reputation, like in 2023. Stick it in there for a year.
Yeah. But it's probably for them. It probably would have been like, we're meant to be releasing next week, full game. We can't just switch from a week before it to say we're going early access instead. It wouldn't have worked. I can understand.
Well, I mean, they basically did that anyway. That's what this statement says to me. It's like, yeah, we're releasing the game. It's not finished.
Yeah. Well, then it just goes to like. They decide switch it to early access. It's too late to do that. Okay, what do we want it to be? We can be honest and still release it. Okay.
I mean, the fundamental.
Oh, there's a third one right at the back. There's a third choice. You know what's that? We can delay.
We can still delay this. It's not out yet. You're fired. Get out. Like yeah, like I mean, the fundamental problem comes down in the fact that like they probably realized a while ago that they weren't going to hit their performance benchmark, and like
that's the thing about it. Yeah,
there's that window where it's like we can do something about this, and it was like, and I'm guessing project managers or like executives at the company said, no, we are going to release it on this day. We want to be right in the middle of the clusterfuck for some reason.
Yeah, I can guarantee.
The clusterfuck being all of the other games that are coming out that are going to take attention away from City Skylines too.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I can guarantee you why we all know why, like, we all know why and everything like that. But like, one of the main reasons why they would have pushed the consoles is that they probably haven't been able to haven't hit certification with the Xbox or PlayStation. Like, they are very strict when it comes to their details and everything like that. And if you don't have certain things, they will just won't allow you and everything like that. You can like do the thing like Cyberpunk did and went, yo, we're gonna release a massive fucking patch that will fix all the issues and all this for you. Don't worry and whatnot, you know. And it's just like
it's gone down
and
again.
Obviously they lied. So
I mean, they were lying. Yes, yes.
yeah. So they probably just like, yeah, we can't get away with this. We're not them. So yeah, just delay the console, which is okay.
Yeah, just delay the goddamn release.
Because you don't have to do any. You don't have to do any set for Steam or for Epic. So it's like, yeah, this is easy. This is a piece of piss type of thing.
Like
you have to do like a small set for like Game Pass. Because it's going on Windows, but other than that, the cert compared to like going on a console is completely it's chitchy compared to consoles and whatnot. So
it's 76 on OpenCritic now.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The thing about it is you only get one chance to make a first impression. like for every No Man's Sky, and I don't and like City Skylines 2 doesn't seem like it's as fucked up as No Man's Sky was at launch, but like for every No Man's Sky, there's like 10 games that there's 10 Redfalls.
The thing is, like, yeah, there's no doubt about that. What you're saying is spot on there. Like, there's only a handful of like the times where they've turned it around, and like one of them is like obviously Cyberpunk, what's come out lately. Like that.
Yeah, everybody likes Cyberpunk now.
Hmm?
Yeah, everybody likes Cyberpunk now.
Yeah. And I think because it's what they expect the game to be when it came out and everything. What a shocker!
Oh, this is the game that I was promised. Awesome.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And it's like, yo, I'm so happy for the people who like waited and everything like that, and are now feeling a little bit of gratitude, happiness that they've got the game what they wanted and whatnot.
Yeah,
but,
now I can finally play it.
yeah, I'm not gonna still not gonna.
I'm gonna get around to it eventually. I was always interested to play it. It's just obviously like with the.
I was interested, but with everything that happened, I'm just like, nah, I can't be bothered with you. I'm just like, you bringing out your next game? I'll probably have a look at like the next
Witcher.
Probably. Yeah, the next Witcher. I'll probably have a look at. But right, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, just don't do that to the Witcher. Like, I think people will be a lot more nastier.
People will be a lot angrier
yeah.
if you do this to the Witcher. A lot of people like the Witcher.
They do. To the team at Paradox and Colossal Order, I'm sorry this has happened to you and everything like that, but I hope, and it'll be higher management and marketing and whatnot
Oh God,
and whatnot, but I hope that the teams who are like working their ass off to get this game into the benchmark it's meant to be, or was hoping to be at.
The benchmark edition is going to be lit.
It's going to be lit, it better be.
But take your time. Like the thing about it is, it's like it's when they fix it up, say like a year from now.
Yeah.
You know, you can still play it then.
Yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt.
Maybe hold off though.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, and I hope like you don't get any toxicness or anything like that, because like apparently there's reports out there like that's 53% of devs say toxic behavior has worsened in the last year or so, which is just deplorable. Now, like, I hope the City Skyline, the team, are not getting that either, because it's like,
yeah,
they probably are getting some pushback and saying, why are you releasing the game if it's fucking broken? You not nice people. Yeah, but it's like gamers. It's not the bosses will take this. It'll be the developers and whatnot. Like saying, why have you not done your job? Why have you not done this? Why is it not done this and everything like that? And it's like,
dude, I'm an intern. Leave me alone.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and yeah, it's just what the industry is like and everything. So,
yeah, the 2023 Toxicity and Multiplayer Games report, which you just referenced there, which said that 53% of devs say toxic behavior has worsened in the past year. The definition of toxic behavior is disruptive play, harassment, extremism, cheating, inappropriate content, and other behavior. Very descriptive and helpful. Thank you.
I can believe that. Multiplayer games are disgusting.
I mean,
to hear people and whatnot is just like, it is absolutely deplorable. Some of the language you hear from them, and half of them bloody is kids, for God's sakes. Which is just like, what the hell's wrong with our youths today? Everyone asks that, and I'm saying that.
What do you mean youths? Like, have you seen 40-year-old gamers on Twitter?
No, I'm not on Twitter. That's why.
No, we talk about them on this podcast instead. Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, we know toxicity is a problem throughout the games industry. Like, we see it. We see it on a daily basis. Well, I see it on a daily basis, and I make Moody look at it. For fun. If I've seen this, you have to see this. The genres where people encountered toxic experience the most: first-person shooters, sports titles, battle royale games. I'm not surprised by any of that.
Any of those, yeah. Of course, it's going to be those three. Of course, it's going to be, and it is. It's like.
It always has been. Like,
it's always been those three.
like I loved Overwatch for a long time and played it with a group of people. But I knew I was fully aware back in like 2016, 2017 when I was playing it on a daily basis how bad the community was.
Yeah, it's like saying when I was playing Rainbow Six Siege, like Jesus, the toxicity was just deplorable, absolutely deplorable. And like sometimes, like if someone got a good kill on you, they just they message you in the chat, not through just through your online ID and everything, just message you, and you're just like,
Oh yeah,
fuck
like
me,
you
I
just
don't
get a
care
message
that you killed me. Why do you think I care?
Yeah.
I don't. Like, seriously, like, I'll openly admit, like, fucking some of them will just piss me off so much because I got so many in one day, and I was just like, one I replied to and said, literally, fuck off, dude, I'm not in the mood, go away, type of thing, and then he was just obviously getting abuse all the time, and I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So eventually I just knocked off notifications, blocked it, didn't allow anyone to message me unless you're friends with me and everything like that, on the console. I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to see your message, guys, so go away. Yes, I know I suck at the game. Get the fuck over it. I'm here to enjoy myself, not to become the next Rainbow Six Siege competitive player.
Oh, you should have done that though. That would have been awesome. Been in one of those videos with the compression gloves on, just like.
Oh God, no. Jesus, that's too sweaty for me.
It's like they're speaking a different language. When they're like doing the call outs and stuff, like you're just watching it like, what's happening? Like, I mean, I play Overwatch competitively and watched the Overwatch League, and even sometimes I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, like I watched some of it on like for Siege, and it was like, wow. Like you're nuts, a lot of you.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I don't even understand what you just did.
Yeah.
and that's the character I'm in. But yeah, no, I mean, toxic behavior, like we need to, like as an industry, I say this every year, I'm sure we talk about this report every year. And it's like we need to find ways to tackle it as best as we can, like both inside the games, which is what this report is about, and outside of the games, on social medias and whatnot. It's like we just talked about when we were talking about City Skylines too. It's like it's some fucking community manager or intern who runs the social media accounts who's going to get all of the toxicity. And you shouldn't be sending toxicity to any game devs anyway, but the people you're actually aiming it at aren't going to fucking see it.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's like I just don't get
the mindset.
Like the mindset to even be an asshole.
Yeah,
I'll never understand it for it, and it's just like, yeah. But also at the same time, it's like I don't know what can be done. I'm not a tech genius for it or anything like that, but like, so the only things that come to my mind is like stuff that will probably violate people's privacies,
Gamers deserve nothing.
Right.
I mean, there's things that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care. Oh yeah, like I'm like very all about my privacy. Sitting here doing a podcast on the internet. It was a joke. I mean, I have a Google. I have a smart speaker. I know all my conversations are being recorded. Everything I say in here. But no, to bring it back, it's like there's things that can be done. It doesn't help that Elon Musk all over Twitter, but
Elon Musk all over Twitter.
Like things like more robust reporting, like better actions against toxic behavior. Like we've seen game publishers and platform holders do initiatives to try and curb this. There's no way you'll be able to stop it. Unfortunately, people will be shit, especially behind anonymity. There's nothing you can do about that. But it just sucks, man. You you drill right down to the core of it and just think, why bother?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I just don't understand it. Like in my mindset, like I said at the same time, like I've said, and that's the thing about it. Like that's why I always go. It's like, well, I don't like what you just said. Like there's stuff they can do, but it's like There's no like thing they can really hardcore to proper stop it or anything. And like people at companies have done stuff like we've stated. Like I remember the one year, I think it was last year, about the FIFA player who was just like threatening FIFA developers. And then the EA just went, "We are just banning you outright. You
Yeah.
are not allowed anywhere near our games whatsoever, or you play our games whatsoever." And yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like,
Fuck around, find out.
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's like the weird. It's not the weird thing. It's like, why be a dick?
Why be a
why
dick?
be a
Yeah,
dick?
it's like
Yeah.
if your behavior online is being labeled as toxic, maybe ask yourself, why am I like this?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no reason for it.
No
Deep
reason
down,
whatsoever.
go to therapy.
Yeah.
That's what you really need to do. Instead of shouting at women and minorities on the internet, because let's be fair, that's who they're shouting at. Go to therapy instead.
And shout out your therapist. They're there to take it. They paid to take it. Then ask you annoying questions to say, "Oh, so why do you think you're acting like this?" I don't know. This is why I've come to see you, man. What? But just know they will have a taser close.
But
to
no,
close to
see,
them.
no, they delayed the game by 6 months, so I deserve to send them death threats. They deserve to, you know what I mean? It's just like, god damn, like if I could play back the shit you come out with to you, fucking hell.
No, they deserve to get shouted at. Freaking, they made a walk game. They put.
Oh, you know, we haven't talked about woke shit in a while. Like, if gamers calm down,
No, never. They never have.
or
I
are they
don't
just
think
storing it
understand.
all up? Is there something coming up? Like,
Spider-Man's coming up. That's got an ethnic minority as a main character. Like they could both think that's woke.
or did everybody just get tired after Baldur's Gate 3? Is that what happened?
Well, they complained about
Oh, and then- sorry,
Starfield.
Starfield. Yes, that was
Yeah.
Starfield.
You forgot about Starfield.
Yeah, bald man got angry. I remember now.
The thing is, like this year, I was hoping that I was going to be going to EGX, but sadly,
It's-
I wasn't able to go there.
You say
Going off
sadly.
from this report, I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Yeah, EGX had a bit of a weekend. So like the thing I'd seen, I think everybody saw, was the protest during the Tekken tournament.
I didn't know about this at all.
Yeah, the Just Stop Oil. You know, they've been doing protests all year, and everybody gets mad at them for some reason. Like, no, we need to stop oil, guys. But
It's interesting. Like, I just want to state this. So, like, I
for it.
watch the news and everything, like to keep up to date with stuff. Just things if I haven't seen anything like that. So every time a Just Stop Oil thing happens, they report on it just so they can whine about it.
Oh yeah, big.
I
Stuff.
didn't see any reporting about this one whatsoever.
Well, they try not to report about it too much because the more they talk about it, the more people might realize that if we don't do what these guys are trying to get us to do, we're all gonna die, and they don't want that. So, yeah,
What, to die or report?
to die. No, to report. Like they're fine with us dying, apparently.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Just Stop Oil protest. I mean, I caught it because obviously I follow a bazillion fucking people who were at EGX, like industry people and everybody talking about it and stuff. Like, it's one of those things where like a bunch of people, and I'm not. This isn't just like my opinion. I've seen industry people I follow express similar opinions, where it's just like they disrupted the video game thing, so now obviously they've gone too far. It's like no, they haven't. Like, the video game industry has a big impact on the climate, obviously. And again, we need to just stop oil. But that was the only thing I'd seen. And I was like, okay. Like, they ran in and sprayed orange paint all over a bunch of stuff, and that's kind of their MO. Like,
Yeah,
I remember everybody
I'm watching
getting
it now.
I remember everyone getting pissed off when they sprayed that painting. that Van Gogh painting, and it was like, it's not the actual Van Gogh painting. They haven't destroyed a piece of art. And even if they had, climate change is going to destroy that piece of art anyway. Are you watching the video now? Yeah.
Yeah. That's really funny to me. Yes.
It's funny. Yeah. And that's what protest is. It's supposed to be disruptive. And,
Carried away.
yeah. Because did they just lie down or something on the stage? Yeah. And then they have to get carried out because they're not just gonna leave. And I'm just like, get it, fucking get them, do it. And a bunch of people got pissed off because the video game tournament was interrupted. And it's just like, guys, we've got bigger problems, man.
But it's a video game tournament, Amy. It's important.
Oh no.
We need to see a virtual character beat up another virtual character.
Slightly better than the first virtual character. But yeah, no, then I saw everything else that people were talking about what happened at EGX, and it's a lot more serious than Orange Paint. I should probably read some of this as opposed to just like...
No, they might not have been able to watch that Orange Paint off of monitors, Amy. So like,
oh no, if only... good job those monitors are probably insured. Yeah, so Gemma Garner, who's a senior community manager at Raw Fury, who was on a community manager panel at EGX, tweeted out some stuff. Quote, "These three men in the audience of our talk were loudly making derogatory comments throughout, especially when at Geeky Cassie spoke. When she called them out, they intentionally continued and nobody intervened. They said things like, 'If it has a pulse and it's breathing, I'll do it,' about us. They commented on our clothes and whether or not we'd expose ourselves, talk shit about community management, made homophobic and sexist comments," end quote. EGX apparently refused to let the affected people access the CCTV of the event. And then Jorg Tittle, who's a game director, also talked about some abuse that he suffered at EGX. Quote, "I had a confrontation with three middle-aged men in cod hoodies, one of whom spat next to me. Toxic games attract toxic men. Don't put women in vulnerable positions," end quote. He also added that the EGX was a fabulous event filled with great games and great people. And then went on to say, quote, "I realize the challenges of managing such large crowds, especially at a time when budgets are tight. I'm sure that a lot of gamers will volunteer to look out for others and act as de facto community watch personnel in exchange for free EGX tickets for the other days. I'm going to go ahead and put myself forward for a day next year," end quote. And the Gamer, because this was from a report written by the Gamer, Rhiannon Bevan, but the Gamer themselves even said they attended EGX over the weekend and experienced some security concerns themselves. Security only seemed to be searching bags for the first hour after the show opened. When Rhiannon arrived at 11 a.m. on Friday, there was no more checks, and it seemed like anyone can just walk in. Some attendees also harassed women on the show floor, something others in the industry complained of over the weekend too. EGX representatives and security were often hard to locate on the shop floor while this was happening. And like, I know I haven't been to EGX. We talked about this last week. I haven't been to EGX for 4 years. Yeah, 4 years at this point. But like, as I was reading this and like the accounts and like the lack of security, the lack of searches, and general, and all of the facts that I've just pointed out, I was like, you know what? None of this surprises me.
Like the security was lax when I was at Birmingham.
Security was security is like, and I'm sure the people who work security like doing the best that they can. But like, yeah, the security was pretty bad the last time. Now that I think back on it, I was like, yeah, like if something had kicked off while I was at EGX, like no one was there to do anything about it.
No, not at all. Basically, and yeah, that's basically sadly what it is when it comes to EGX. EGX just like I remember like when I went there the first time and the second time, like they'll take it. The first day, like they'll look at your bags and everything, but eventually they'll stop looking and whatnot, and just like let it go. Go ahead, and everything. And it's just like that's really, really bad to think about. Of like with everything that goes on in the world and whatnot. And like you take into the harassment and the bullying and everything that you've seen, and just the disgusting behaviour that people have allowed happen. because of lack of security. It's just shit as always. But I don't know when it comes to this. Like, what we can like scream about it and anything like that, but they'll only do something. They're only ever going to do something if something really bad happens, and that's the worst thing about it. Like, they'll only do something if something really bad happens, and because they don't consider any of these really bad incidents or anything like that, they probably won't do anything about it. Now, I'm going to be interested to see if they try and do something extra next year, because obviously they won't want to have the titles of like they was the Just Stop Oil thing and everything, because that way. But they're getting anywhere.
Well, that was the thing that was the thing I think that annoyed me, was that like there was a lot of concern and everything else about the Just Stop Oil protest, but not about the other stuff.
What's more important?
Yeah, well, their tournament got disrupted. Like
I said, NPC fighting an NPC, that is important shit, Amy.
Like, you know, like, I mean, come on. Like, the organizers of EGX, like the people who are in charge of organizing the event, have to know the state of the fucking gaming community at the moment. Like, if you put a bunch of not cisgendered men on a stage, you gotta have someone like there to enforce security next to that stage. And
exactly.
the fact that there was like, it was a protracted, like it was an ongoing thing. Like, it wasn't just like someone heckled and then security came. It was like, this was a thing for what seems like a while, and I don't know how it ended. Like, the tweets don't say how it actually ended. Like, did the guys just get bored and wander off? Like, but then
that's
like
the kind of scary thing about it, that they just went off to do whatever the hell
do whatever the fuck they want. Like, do they get ejected?
Why was there no speakers for the like there should have been security out there anyway, but for people who were speaking and everything, why the fuck was there not any security there?
Yeah,
like was it just at the door to make sure they got the tickets and everything like that, but then just let everyone else go in, just let everything go in? Why not? It's just crazy to think that, you know. And it's it's a deplorable thing. Like, this is like one of the reasons why I just don't, even though I was like kind of hoping that I might go, that I might have gone, but at the same time, like with my anxiety and everything, and just me with big crowds, I probably would not have gone by the end of it, because I'm just not great with big crowds because of shit like this. At the same time, it's just like my thing is like, I would have wanted to say something, but my anxiety would have got the better of me, where I just wouldn't have, and then I would have felt even worse in myself that I didn't do anything, that I didn't speak up or anything or try and stop them or something like that, and that would have just made me even worse. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like make it sound like, ooh,
no, I get it. It's big anxiety.
But it's just like, yeah, and that would have made it even worse. Just to think that, but then like, if I was there, I didn't do anything because of my anxiety, and something happened. Oh fucking hell, I would have been worse, and that would have even been more worse for those people and everything. And it's just like,
it sounds like there was nothing in place for this to turn into a serious incident.
That's the thing about it. They're only going to do something if a serious incident happens, and I fucking touch wood like fuck, crest the fucker even.
Well, in that case, EGX just isn't worth going to. Like, yeah, that's the bottom line. It's like, if you're waiting for someone to get fucking assaulted or something, which, I mean, you know, that seems like it might be the case. Like, it's not worth the risk of going to EGX if people like this can get in and do whatever the fuck they want, say whatever the fuck they want. Because sure, like if me and you had been in this crowd panel, in the crowd for this panel, which I think I might have been, it sounds quite interesting. And you know, they were giving it their shit, and I'd stood up and said something. Like, how would that have changed what happened? Like, escalated the situation, you know what I mean? Like, if you had stood up and said, hey, you know, fuck you. Not that, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and it was a serious incident. Smashed a homophobe in the head with a chair. And I'm the one getting arrested.
True.
Yeah, they need to tighten up the...
They need to tighten up security and everything. They really need
to realize they're running an event, like, and, you know, things like this can happen. That's why there's stewards all over football matches. Like, seems it's one of those common sense things that. Do you want to talk about a dog? Ruff, ruff. Not your dog. A speedrunning dog.
Okay.
It's a dog that's doing a speedrun. The first dog speedrunner. It's going to speedrun a game on the internet. I didn't think this was real. I saw the video and I assumed it was a parody because they'd announced the games that were happening at AGDQ 2024. And I saw a video and it was like a Shiba Inu. It's going to speedrun a game under the dog assistance category. And I was like, oh, this is a joke. It's not a joke. Like, GDQ do special events. Like, I think the last one, it was someone finished Breath of the Wild blindfolded. And it was incredible. But this guy, JSR underscore, dog peanut butter is going to speedrun a game called Gyromite, which is a puzzle platformer from the Nintendo entertainment system.
Cool.
Come on, man. It's a dog speedrunning a game. You want to watch a dog play a video game faster than you could play it?
No.
Why?
Doesn't appeal to me.
Really?
Yes.
A dog playing a video game
Yes.
competently
Yes.
doesn't do anything for you.
No.
I don't know how to help you. Like,
You don't have to help me. I'm glad this amuses you, and and I hope you enjoy it when you watch it. And I think in January, I really, really do. And to anybody who watches this and enjoys it, I'm so happy for you that you will enjoy this.
And it's going to
This
play the
doesn't
game.
appeal to me whatsoever.
Okay. It's going to play the video game.
And I hope it goes really well and that they do it in a record time and everything.
It probably won't. Well, I mean, it'll definitely be a record time because I'm pretty sure the dog assistance category hasn't existed before.
All right, that's even better then.
Wow. Cool.
I love dogs and I love my dog that I have and everything. I'm going to give
Imagine
it a big
teaching,
up.
imagine teaching Adora how to play Final Fantasy.
I'm trying to teach Dora to poop outside right now and it ain't working. So,
Right. Well, when she's pooping
baby
outside,
steps.
we'll work on the Final Fantasy thing.
Final Fantasy. Oh, that's interesting, Amy.
Well, you know, it doesn't have to be Final. I just thought, you know, hey, it can be a bonding experience. Teach her how to play Final Fantasy 9.
I'm good, thank you, though.
I mean, obviously not on your controller because, you know, you want to be able to use it.
Oh, bless. Amy, what's happening next week?
No, not a lot. A couple of games here and there, you know, like stuff's coming out. Just a game I've been waiting 13 years of my life for.
Metal Gear Solid Collection?
Yeah, I'm really gonna play it. I'm gonna play that at some point because I've never played Metal Gear Solid.
Just rewatch the speedruns that I'm watching. There you go.
No, actually, I mean, no. The way I was gonna phrase that was gonna sound really mean, and I don't mean it to be mean. But I was saying, no, I actually like to play my video games.
Yeah, it would have been mean that because I got into a game because of watching you play it.
But you know, I didn't mean it in the mean way.
Yeah,
It's just
I
don't like watching games, I like playing games.
And no, I'm like mostly, to the most part, I am pretty much the same. To watching, just like chilling, not watching someone. I'd rather play it type of thing. I was like surprised that I connected with you watching you play Lost.
I mean, connected is a bit of an understatement, really. You were going wild.
I really, really was. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
I hope there's a third one. I really hope there's
God,
a third
please let there be a third one.
one. Yeah.
I need more. I need at least as many of these games as we have Yakuza games.
Yeah. At least we got a Yakuza game next year, so.
We do.
At the beginning of the year. It's going to start the game off hot.
I mean, every year starts off hot these days. Yes.
And don't forget, we still got a Yakuza game coming up.
Yeah, we do. I need to play that series.
Yeah, you haven't played Ishin yet.
Well, yeah, because I
think you'll like Ishin.
I probably will. I'll probably like the other Yakuza games.
Yeah.
But like, it's this big long intimidating series of games. The only reason I played the last Yakuza game was because it was a fresh start. But now, like, they're bringing Kiryu back again, and I'm like, oh, but I haven't played any of Kiryu's games.
Ishin's a fresh start.
Ishin's a spin-off.
Yeah, it's a standalone.
I know what it is.
You could have got along. You could have got along with that one.
Yeah, but I played
You're a samurai.
Things. I know you're a samurai.
You're going, whoa.
Interesting, but that's an interesting samurai technique. I played other things. Leave me alone.
What are you playing next week, Eamon?
Alan Wake 2. Probably in like one day.
I hope I'm gonna be playing it as well.
I've booked time off. Like, it wasn't specifically for Alan Wake 2. I booked time off for the game Apocalypse.
Well, Alan Wake 2 was meant to come out like I think this week, wasn't it?
Today.
Technically. Yeah. So.
I booked time off for the game Apocalypse that was happening because I was like, I'm gonna want to play. I want to put some serious game time in with like Alan Wake, City Skylines. Mario, Spider-Man, Slay the Princess. So I was like, I'm going to book some time off. And now, because they've delayed it, it's like right at the start, Alan Wake 2 comes out. So
sweetness.
I'm going to do what I did with the first game. Play it through in like one fucking go.
That's awesome.
Maybe not with Keith. Keith was there when I did that. We stayed up all night and played through all 6 episodes.
That's awesome. I hope like, I'm looking forward to playing it. Like when we saw it, at Summer Games Fest, wasn't it?
One of those things.
One of the fests. Both of us were like, damn, this looks good. And I'm not even an Alan Wake guy. Like, I've never played the first one, and I have no interest in going to play the first one. That might change if I play the second one, and I'm like, oh my god, that fucking game was amazing. I need to now go and play the first one. And if that happens, that's even brilliant.
You'll be like the Homer Simpson meme. You'll Homer Simpson meme where you go brilliant when you finish the game. You go brilliant. I have no idea what's going on. Let me just play the context of this. Oh, I get it now.
The best one for me was, and it wasn't even me who did this, but it made me laugh. Is one of my best mates. He asked me about, mate, have you heard about this game called Mass Effect? I said, yeah. Well, I've just bought the third one. Why? And I say, oh, because the box art looked good. I was thinking, it's just Shepard. But anyway, and he bought it just out of a random thing because he finished playing what he was playing and he wanted to play something different and new. I went, all right, okay. Why have you bought the third one? I said, I just did.
Well, video games do this a lot, don't they? Like, a lot of video game sequels aren't really interlinked, like Final Fantasy, Persona, stuff like that.
Mass Effect is very much interlinked.
Mass Effect is probably the most interlinked game series in the history of video games.
Yeah, so I was just like, you do know you could have.
Although
after you played it and everything, you messaged me. You said, "Dude, have you got 1 and 2?" Yeah, but on Xbox.
Yeah,
because I had it on Xbox at the time before the whole box collection came to PlayStation and everything.
Yeah,
and I went, yeah, all right, cool. I'm going to buy Mass Effect 3 on Xbox. So it was like, okay. And then I literally heard from him like 3 days later. No, a week later. Dude, that trilogy's amazing. Wait, have you played all 3 of them in a week? Yeah. Did you sleep? No. Okay.
That's what happened to me when I played 2 and 3. Like,
yeah.
Playing Mass Effect 3
and then you just walked out of 3 and just wanted to jump off a building and say, why? It's so stupid.
It's so dumb. Why are people trying to convince me it's not dumb? I don't mind that it's dumb. I don't mind that you enjoy it, but stop trying to convince me it's clever.
I never thought it was clever. I was just like, wait.
No. I had people literally like arguing with me. And again, I was very much in the camp of I didn't like it, but if you liked it, that's fantastic.
Cool. Yeah,
but do not try and convince me that it was clever. Please.
Yeah. But did this hear me? I was thinking, I don't care. It's not clever.
No, but actually it's
because this is.
No, but actually, really, this means this, and this means this. It's like, stop.
I stand by the funniest thing. I don't think it's funny that I went on a Mass Effect channel today, but I think I stand by the funniest thing is that people tried to justify it because he's indoctrinated. Shepard is indoctrinated at the end. He was already indoctrinated from the first one all the way, and it was just like, All right, guys, now you're stretching it.
Sorry,
You are
I'm having
stretching.
wartime flashbacks when you mentioned indoctrination theory.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn. Like, what if we just fill in all the holes ourselves? Like, yes, hindsight is a very useful skill.
That's what the writers of
It's like,
one of the biggest trilogies wanted you
even
to do after you didn't like the ending.
even if the indoctrination theory is true, that doesn't mean that doesn't excuse them for writing a bad video game ending on purpose.
Yeah.
Just because they did it on purpose doesn't make it a good thing.
Yeah. Funny thing is, like, we got Ghost Runner coming out, which is really, I'm really, I really like the first one. Really good game. It's like so surprised that it was like when they announced it, Ghost Runner 2 this year. Why? I was like,
no.
why this year? No.
Yeah.
Do the logical thing. Next year.
I don't think there is like I think releasing a game now is a bad idea. I don't think that I don't think you're ever gonna have clear air again. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. But like releasing a game in this clusterfuck of a fortnight is a terrible idea. For a game like Ghost Runner 2, which is definitely, I mean, come on, man, between Spider-Man and Mario, for God's sake, like, forget everything else that's coming out. If you see your game is launching next to Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Brothers Wonder, move.
Get out the way.
Yeah. Plan a benchmark edition. Like, God. Alan Wake 2 can get away with it because, like, there are feral fans like me who have been waiting for this moment for so long that they'll just play it, irregardless of what's happening. But, like, yeah, like Ghost Runner, I'm not a fan of the first one.
Yeah.
But, like, I wish it well, and you really liked it. I hope the sequel does well. As I hope all video games do well.
The only hope is like for this, like there's so many different type of games out there now that the audience will be big enough to be able to like recoup its costs and everything like and whatnot for it. Because Ghost Runner's like it came out and it just blew everyone away and whatnot. Which
As
is
fans
deserved,
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, it has its fans, and I hope the fans are going to be there for it when it releases and everything. But at the same time, even I have to go, why are you releasing during this month?
It's like when a lot of games release at once. But, like, you know, and most of the time you're right, like, each of these games that can find an audience, right? But there's releasing when a lot of games are releasing, and then there's releasing when multiple games that are, like, it would be like releasing when fucking Zelda came out.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's going to play Zelda. Like, Spider-Man and Mario. Trust me, everybody's got enough to do. Don't release a new game.
That is true.
Anyway, what are we doing now? Oh, it's OpenCritic Head-To-Head. This is the game we play every week where we try to guess the OpenCritic average of upcoming games. Whoever guesses closest to the score gets a point, and if you manage to guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. Last week, we tried to guess the OpenCritic average of 4, hence why we've been calling it the Clusterfuck Week. 4 games that all came out this week. Yeah. Where do you want to start? Well, Slay the Princess only has 1 review on OpenCritic so far, but it's a 10 out of 10. So
is it your review?
I'm feeling confident about guessing the highest number out of the 3 of us. Sonic Superstars, I guessed it would get a 72, Moody guessed it would get an 80, Vitz guessed it would get a 78. At the time of recording, Sonic Superstars has an OpenCritic average of 75, which means it's a draw between me and Vitz. Bang on in the middle between the 2 of us. If Vitz is going to guess every week next year, we're going to have to figure out, like, maybe he's getting half points for the 2 people that cause a draw.
No.
But that's for next year's. That's for next year's problem. Yeah, Because me and Fitz were both closest, and you were fucking way off thinking Sonic was going to get
doesn't
an
mean
80.
you guys deserve half a point. No.
Thinking Sonic was going to get an 80. It's a Sonic game. That was a joke. I don't want the Sonic fans coming for me. That was a joke.
No.
On the other side of the coin, Super Mario Bros. Wonder also came out. I guessed it would get an 86. Moody guessed it would get an 88. And Fitz guessed it would get a 92. And at the time of recording, Super Mario Bros. Wonder has an OpenCritic average of 92, which gives Fitz 2 points.
Yay, Fitz.
And lastly, we also tried to guess the OpenCritic average of Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I guessed it would get an 85. Moody guessed it would get an 88. Fitz guessed it would get a 90. And at the time of recording, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 has an OpenCritic average of 91, which means Fitz also gets another point.
Congratulations, Fitz.
He's too good at this. Between this and the Fantasy Critic game, he's too good at this. What I'm proposing is an alliance.
For what?
We've fought each other for years in Fantasy Critic. Now it's time. Now it's time for the ultimate storyline twist. Next year, we need to team up and take him down.
Maybe Vince will win. He'll just walk away and say, "I'm out. Bye.
I'm done." I'm pretty sure. Like I'm gonna try, but I think he's too far away at this point. Unless Hollow Knight comes out, I don't know. I'm gonna catch him.
We know that's not coming out.
Exactly.
Like you can bash that drum all you want. It ain't coming out.
But I think it's time. I think it's time for the Moody Amy alliance arc. We fought each other for 4 years. And it's time. Now it's time to do the hardest thing we've ever had to do.
Just be friends.
Work together. Put aside our differences. And
wow,
beat
man,
Fitz.
I am having a shit, yeah.
You got Rust. I was thinking about this when I was looking through it. You got rustled. All your games didn't come out.
Wait, they pushed Helldivers too?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yes. Fantasy Critic. Still in the lead as we're recording. Fitz is about to get fucking 40-something points, though, because he has both Mario and Spider-Man. And I'm not that far ahead of him. I've still got games to come out. We'll see what happens. From October 31st, I can drop games whether they will release or not. Well, will not release or not. So I might be able to...
There's not going to be much left to come out.
I might be able to scrounge some points. I've got some thoughts and I've got some theories. We'll see. It's whether I can catch him or not. But
yeah, I've got massively rust, haven't I?
You got Russell, yeah, big style.
Yeah, rustled like fuck. Like, I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 games, but unless they're like 100 points each.
Yeah, this is where I'm looking. I'm like, I've got Thirsty Suitors and Super Mario RPG. It's like, if they come in big...
Thirsty Suitors ain't going to get you anything.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, I
Anyway,
think that game's going to be amazing, just like you say, but I don't think it's going to get any numbers. What the high enough number you think it's going to get you?
I never said I thought it was. I said if it does.
Opinion.
I never said I thought it would. I said if it does. Whoa, don't put words in my mouth.
Yeah, I won't lie. Like I've already started thinking. Yeah, I've always been out of this for a while. I'm going to start looking at next year.
Yeah, I'm going to put up a fight. I've got to try and put up a fight. Technically, I'm the reigning champion, I guess. I want to make sure Russ doesn't catch me. I think that's my more primary concern. It's like he is right behind me. I need to make sure I don't get Brussels in a completely different way.
Got a game available to grab if you wanted it.
Yeah, he tried to pick up something that Fitz got last week or the week before.
Just stand.
Which I think looks pretty good. Like I played the demo for that.
Oh, it's that climbing one.
It's the climbing game.
Oh yeah,
that could be a nice surprise. But let's finish OpenCritic Head-To-Head because we've got to guess the OpenCritic averages of a couple of games. This week we're going to try and guess the OpenCritic average first of Alan Wake 2, a game I can be totally objective about.
Of course, so 100, right?
Yeah, easily. Vitz isn't here, so he's already put his guess in at 91.
Fucking hell, Vitz.
Like, I need to keep a level head here. It's Alan Wake 2. Oh, it's Alan Wake 2, though. Screw it. That's you. 92. It worked for Zelda. Who knows? Might work for this. What do you think, really? I mean, I know what you're gonna say, but what is your guess for Alan Wake 2?
It's as much as I think the game's going to be amazing, going off from what we've seen, I don't think it's going in the 90s at all. It's going 80s, and I'm just going to be safe, and I'm just going to go 90.
Clever girl. That's what I was originally going to say, and then I was like, fuck it. Dream big. That's what I always say. In my heart, it's a 10 out of 10. Therefore, I win.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right.
The moral victory is mine. We're also going to guess the OpenCritic average of Ghost Runner 2. Vitz has guessed it's going to get an 87. I, knowing nothing about these games, other than they're really fast and I can't keep up with them, I'm going to guess it's going to get an 84. I was going to say 85, then I was like, I don't want another draw.
83.
83. No, not 833. Sorry.
Damn.
God damn! Greatest game ever. By some distance. That's going to do it for episode whatever number I said it was at the beginning.
No idea.
Of the Words About Games podcast. We're done.
Coolio. 374.
Damn. It's a big number.
Big number indeed. Big number indeed. Well, we're all done and dusted. It's time to get off. Oh, my dogs have woke up. And she's peeing on the mat. Yay!
Woo!
Woohoo!
You go, girl.
Aren't you a good girl?
Now there's a finger snapping moment.
You don't have to sniff it. You do not have to sniff it. Oh, you woke up, have you? Yes, hello.
Incredibly enough, this is not the first time an animal has peed while this podcast has been recording. I guess that's just what happens when you roll for 374 episodes.
That is true. That is true.
An animal peeing in the corner of the room is not unprecedented.
Okay. Let's crack off. I'll finish off, I guess.
I was going to say, do you have any words of wisdom, or you just want to go and clean the pee up?
No, I don't need to. The mat's a pee mat, so...
She's peeing on a pee mat.
Yeah.
The last time it was into a carrier bag. So...
Interesting. But there, everyone, if the weekend is here, as always, tell people you love that you love them. Hug your parents. Go out and be awesome as always, because you know why? Because you are fucking awesome. Have a great weekend. Fire those spiderwebs like Spider-Man does. Go and be wonderful in Super Mario, and go and have a great weekend. Live long and prosper.
Thwip. Switch it up.
I can't do it with my right hand. That's weird.